everyone. Yeah, thank you very much for being here and taking time from your life, which is never going to come back to you, to listen to us. Thank you very much. Too much. So, will I be able to share the screen? I want to share the screen, Karthik.
Yeah, you have the rights.
Okay. So, fine. I'm sharing. Are you able to see my screen? Please confirm that you are able to see my
Yes,
screen.
sir. Yes.
Okay. Very good. So, good morning once again. I hope the next 10 minutes that I'm going to spend with you, I will be able to bring value to you. And that is my 100% intention, and I'm sure that it will happen. So, my name is Vithal Vijaykumar. By education, I'm an engineer working in an IT industry for last 25 years. And predominantly, if I have to tell you about myself, it's like I'm a seeker. I'm on a journey of to understand who I am, right? And this is not something that I picked up very now. It was like I remember I keep writing diaries, and I have a diary of 1991. Maybe I was in 11th standard, and the type of questions that I've asked myself is, what is love? What is life? What is infinity? What is life beyond death? So it's almost like it is my being that I'm a seeker, and currently I'm on the journey. If you ask me, have I found it? No, but yes, I'm on the journey. I'm a reader. I do read a lot of books. The only shopping that I've ever done after my marriage is books. Everything else my wife takes care. Yeah. So I read philosophy, I read history a lot. Mathematics and physics are my favorite subjects. I travel a lot. I love traveling. And wherever I get a chance, if I can go see the place, understand the people, see the culture, I always do. And I am a nationalist. Nationalist for me, any other of my identity comes second. First, I'm an Indian. That is my being. That is my identity. That identity comes number one, and every other identity is after that. So that is who I am. Born in 1974, 47 years of age today, living in Bangalore. Yeah. So what is my journey of goal setting and vision board? So it was the year of 2010 December, where the IT industry started giving 1 week of off at the end of every year, and that was, I think, probably the first time. Our CEO was Vineet Nair, and he said, "This year we will not work in the last week, because when customers are not working, why is it that we are pushing our people to work?" So it was a mandatory shutdown. And being a reader, this cannot be like, and not going anywhere, because you cannot book tickets at the nth minute. I was very happy. I went to Gandhi Bazaar. I stay in Bangalore, and people who are in Bangalore know what is this place, a famous market. And as usual, the best thing I do is that I just go to the shopkeeper and say, just tell me which is the book that people are buying very recently more. So he just handed over a book. And this will be like second or third week of December, right? So he handed over this book, The Secret. Maybe many of you have read it. And he said, "Sir, I don't know. Many people are taking this book, and it is fast selling. Just read this book." I said, "Okay." I had never heard of this author to begin with, but the cover was very nice. And I just opened a book, opened this one page, and what was written there, I felt it touched me. And I said, "Okay, it's okay. Let me read this book." So I purchased that book. The last week of December 2010, I was there was no going to office and no holidays planned. And that is the time I just read. The next 3-4 days, I think I completed this book in 2 days, and then I reread it because it was very, very impactful and powerful. What it says, maybe you will get a chance if you are RYB participant to know about this, but it says that you ask, you believe, and you receive. Now I felt it is too easy. Yeah? It's like they are saying you just ask, believe, and receive. And he has given a lot of examples, and there was no YouTube and all. At that point in time, it's more about reading. So I just highlighted so many things, and I said, "Okay, let me then do this exercise." And it was anyway a holiday. So I just went ahead, wrote down what I want. And he said, "You just write what you want. It is like universe is Aladdin who will give everything what you ask. It's like a menu card." So I said, "Okay, what is there? Let me try." And this was my first vision board. During that period, I was reading Jim Rohn, Tony Robbins, Les Brown, Zig Ziglar, Shiv Khera, Napoleon Hill. So most of these, everybody is a motivational speaker. So I've been reading a lot of self-help books also as well. So I was reading them, and that was the reading was there. Then this book has come, and then I created this Excel sheet. The Excel sheet was created 2010, probably last week after this reading this book. And then you can see on the right, there is 126 row item, right? So because after that, every year I've created. I've just kept the previous year and moved on, and I have 2021-20 as well. So at that point in time, I just went and I created a mission for myself. I said I have to create a dynamic life. Even though the mission is not talked about in brand secret book, but maybe one of the book, one of the talks where I picked up, I don't know, one of these authors maybe. I said I want to create a dynamic life. What is dynamic life? Dynamic life is a life filled with joy and happiness all the time. Okay, then what are my dreams? What are my asks? So I just went about the health, fit and fine body. I was 105 kgs at that point in time. I said I want to reduce it to 78. I said I want to do 100, so I should have the ability to do 108 Surya Namaskaras at a time. And I put on date for everything. I just went ahead without even questioning myself. And the big part is the profession, right? So profession, I said what I want to be at my profession. So profession, work-life balance, financial independence, impact people positively, travel, employ 100 people. This was my dream, very burning desire. At that point in time, I wanted to start my own business, travel business, because maybe I love traveling. So, okay, I've already taken 8 minutes. Okay, so I wanted to do this, employ 100 people and fit and fine body. Now, I just want to bring your attention to one thing. There may be a lot of things I've written here. I just said see 50 countries with the world, with my wife. So see 50 countries in the world with my wife is what was my vision. I never knew how I'm going to do it, what will be happening. Just fast forward 2021, I'll come back to that. And today I have to tell you that I've seen 26 countries along with my wife, 24 are remaining. And that was 2025. Employ 100 people, build the travel business. 2020, I actually attempted it in 2014, 2015. I failed, a failed entrepreneur, but then there were actions that were taken. But what happened fast forward 2020, this year, April, I always had this urge. How is it that I can give back to society? What is it that I have to do? Because what I have written here, most of them has been achieved in 2021. So 10 years later, at that time, I was 36 years. Now I'm 46. So this was always coming back. I should inspire people. I should motivate people through my talks, through my messages. So there was something, if you can't stop thinking about it, do not stop working for it. So I always kept learning, reading books, but I never knew how to become a coach, how to become a mentor, how to become a speaker. There was some confusion which was going on in my mind. Work was okay. Work was happening well, but then clarity will not come from thoughts. I cannot just sit in a room, keep on thinking about something. It comes through engagement. It comes through actions. And that is where the RYB happened. RYB I entered, and we talked about vision board, and Chawanji explained about vision board and talked about the secret movie. Suddenly I said it all came back to again, and I said, okay, maybe time is that I have to create my vision board. On the right, if you can see, there is the vision board which is there, which is in front of me. I work from the other, I sit on the other side and work, and it's always in front of me. Because what is it that I want today? 10 years back, it was something every month, every quarter, like the seasons change, our moods change, we want something different. So what I want is what we have to write. So once what is written, as we progress in the session, in the course, we also inquire, why is it that I need? And you might have heard already, those who have already participated, stronger the why, easier the how. That is what Karthik always keeps on saying. So that came back, and I started working on why I need what I need, and then how is something that I have to figure out. But the how will emerge as I keep engaging and talking about it, taking actions on the dreams that I have. So this is my vision board, which I came up with from RYB07, which is just I completed last month, right? So who am I? I feel I'm a possibility, because humans are not resources. Sadhguru says, we always look at, this is a Western phenomenon to look everything as a resource. They look at forest and they say it's called as woods, because they look at it as resources. So for them, river is a resource, for them, forest is a resource, for them, nature is a resource. It's a Western thinking actually. But here, we are not resources, we are possibilities. So I consider myself as a possibility of inspiration, joy, and abundance. Through me, there is a possibility that there can be an inspiration around the space in which I am. There can be joy in the space in which I am. There can be abundance for everybody whom I touch their lives. So having said that, I came out with all the pictures, very, very powerful. The pictorial, what is written there is not very important, because what is written there is very personal, very important for me. It may be different for you. So for me, there are 4 different areas, very, very important. One is my health, another is finances, another is my profession, because that is what is keeping me and giving me everything that has given throughout my life and enabled me to pursue my passion. And the fourth one is, how do I give back to society? So how do I become, what is it that I want to become at this point of time? So primarily, I want to become a life coach or a mentor or an inspirational speaker, motivational speaker. So that is what I want to, and that is what I'm working on. Apart from that, there is health, there is passive income that I want to generate. I have not written the numbers, because then if you put the numbers on the board again, it becomes like a goal. I know what are the numbers, I know what are the dates in my mind, but this vision board keeps on reminding me that this is what you need to work for. So there is a world map, there is an India map. I want to see every district in India, every state in India, every important places in India. I want to travel the world. As I said, 24 remaining still against the target that I had in 2020, 2010, and that's it. So what I will say is, we can keep on thinking. There are 64,000 thoughts that come. That's what I have read somewhere, and 90% of them are repetitive. Now, what happens is that we get into this negative loop, and because of the environment today, because of Corona being there, and the entire environment telling you what is going wrong, government is not working, municipalities are not working, a lot of negative news, then this thought becomes 90% of it becomes negative, you become disempowered. So it's absolutely very critical that you need to know what you want to achieve and be with a set of people who actually can bring you up. Like one of the things that I've written here, surround yourself only with people who are going to take you higher. And this RYB was an environment where I suddenly felt and found people who are actually wanting or thinking in the same lines that I was thinking. And that was very, very powerful. Just being in that environment, listening to people, you will just realize that, yes, you don't need to yourself work too much, because of the environment pushes you up. So law of association is what it is called. It's absolutely, absolutely critical to us to move. So I'm very happy. I completed my RYB in last month. I have signed up for the leadership program. So I have now got a chance to be associated with wonderful human beings who are working all out to serve humanity in their own way. And then you are in that environment and you feel blessed. So that is what I wanted to say in the time that I had. Maybe I've taken a couple of minutes more, but this has been a wonderful journey. So I will strongly recommend, if you have not ever done a kind of goal setting or a vision board exercise, you should. And under a very good leadership of Karthik and Chauhanji, maybe I felt Chauhanji, if I had met you 10 years ago, I would have put that Excel sheet in a diagrammatic manner. Maybe the velocity at which I would have achieved would have been different, but nevertheless, things happen at the time at which it has to happen. I'm very, very grateful that I got a chance to be with RYB and Mindrose and the set of people that I am now. So that's what is my vision board presentation. Thank you very much.